Hey everyone, blessings and welcome. In this video, I will be discussing what to do when people turn on you. There's two things that I would like for you to do if you find yourself in a situation or even if it happened in the past. But before I get to those 2 points, I just want to say as an opening statement that people can and people do change. And sometimes people change and they act differently toward us and differently in a negative way because of some sort of trauma that they've been through or hard life experience. For example, significant financial hardship or serious illness can change the way a person behaves towards us, and other things that, people may suffer, and it may cause them to relate differently to people. That's not an excuse, but that can and it does happen. So also keep that in mind as you are trying to cope with and deal with a person just kind of like switching up on you, because that's very painful. But people do change, and there's other reasons why people turn their backs on us and people turn on us and stop being who we thought they were, right? In some cases, people, because they don't have the measure of control over us that they once had, that will cause them to switch up on us. The narcissists and the controlling people and the manipulators, right? If we're not compliant, if we start to speak up for ourselves, if we start to have a difference of opinion, if we start to put boundaries and protect ourselves, then that's going to make them very angry, and they will turn on us. And the ugliness that's within them is going to come out, and we're going to get attacked. So there are people out there who will turn on us for those reasons, because the basis of the relationship that they had with us was one of control and of manipulation, and them trying to get over on us and us being compliant. And, I don't know about you. Maybe you're watching this and you've been in that situation. I've been in that situation. So as soon as you begin to think differently, then, they will switch up and they'll turn on you for sure. And then there's the people who always felt some resentment, maybe a situation in the past, some jealousy there, and they just switched up for whatever reason. Maybe you're elevating and doing well in life, and maybe your personal circumstances have changed, and they're jealous, they're resentful, and envious, and they want what you have, and they'll turn on you because you're not the same person that you were. You're growing, and you are getting better each day, and you're making your dreams come true, and you're accomplishing goals. And when people see that, they might not like it, and they will turn on you. So that could be a situation as well that might lead a person or people to turn on you. And also it could be that the person all along, they were wearing a mask. They weren't the people who you thought they were. They were pretending, they were acting, right? And as you spend more time with a person and you're in a relationship with them longer, that mask will begin to fall, and then the real person will come out. So the whole time it was just their representative, and they were just playing a role. But once they know that, you're in deep in a relationship, or you've been friends a while, and there's a significant attachment there, then the real person is going to come out. And it may seem like they switched up on you and they turned on you, but they weren't a good person all along, right? That was all within them all along, and they just wanted to get you basically bonded to them, so they can begin to really treat you the way they really wanted to treat you, right? So Mr. Nice Guy is gone, Mrs. Nice is gone, so the real them has come off, and what it is that their mask has dropped, right? So whatever the situation is with the person or the people that you have dealt with or that you're dealing with, it still feels like a betrayal and it still hurts, right? So there's two things that has helped me along the way when I've been in these situations, and I want to share that with you now. So number one, the first thing is to mourn the relationship. That's right. Have a funeral for the relationship, right? It's over. More than likely, if a person turns against you for whatever reason, be it a so-called friend, the person you thought was your best friend, or a trusted family member, or a neighbor, or a coworker, or an acquaintance, whoever it is, it hurts. It feels like a betrayal. You thought you were cool. You thought you would, be in that relationship for a lifetime, or this is a lifetime friend, or marriage, or what have you. And the person switched up on you, and they turned against you, and now that friend who you thought was a friend, who thought had your back, is now your enemy, right? So I've been in that situation too. So the best thing and the best way forward is to mourn the relationship, grieve it, because you actually did lose something significant. So don't beat yourself up or feel like, oh man, I was a sucker. How did I not see that within them? Sometimes people fool us, and sometimes, like I said in the beginning, people can and they do change. So have that funeral, remember the good times, and also throw some gratitude in there. Be grateful for what you had. Even if the person was wearing a mask and they were pretending, listen, back then you felt good. You didn't know that you were being played. And, so there were some good times, even if it was through manipulation. So, but you're going to have that funeral for that, and not beat yourself up and, kind of like drag yourself and be like, why didn't I catch that? How can I have been so gullible? Don't do that to yourself. People, they make decisions and they decide to deceive. They decide to manipulate, and that is not on you. But be grateful for the good times that you did have, and even if it what you thought it wasn't, have gratitude for that, and leave the past in the past. Bury that relationship, and move forward. Because when I have done that has helped me not to be a bitter person, or to hold resentment, or to want to seek revenge, or to get them back for how they've treated me, right? Because that's not really helpful in the end, right? Because people are going to get what they deserve anyway, right? What goes around really does come around. So you don't have to worry about that. But mourn the relationship and give it a funeral. Think about the good times, and move forward. I mean, there are rare occasions where you can reconcile, but if you do decide to go that route, proceed with extreme caution, because when someone turns on you, and when they turn their back on you, and when they mistreat you in that process, and when they betray you, it's a betrayal, right? That means trust has been broken. So in order to have a good relationship with somebody, the foundation of a good relationship is trust. So it's going to take a lot of time to rebuild that trust and to heal what was, broken. So proceed with caution if you do want to reconcile. But for the most part, when people do that to us, when it's been done to you, there's usually no going back, right? So yes, bury it, leave it in the ground, move forward, and just know, yes, you are grieving something. You did lose something, and just move forward in your healing and, getting over it. I found when I did that psychological exercise, when I had that funeral for those relationships, the people who've turned on me, I don't really think about them now. I wish them well. I don't wish anything bad on them at all. But I don't really think about them. But I think if I didn't do that psychological exercise, that I would probably be sitting around holding grudges, constantly thinking about the past and how they hurt me, and how they basically ghosted or mistreated me or whatever they did, right? So that's not a good thing to have going on in your head over and over again. So definitely mourn a relationship. Second and lastly, prioritize your safety. Emotional safety, spiritual safety, and even in some cases physical safety, because you may have some people who turn on you and you leave, and it could get violent. verbally abusive, start a campaign against you where, they're talking behind your back and turning other people against you. So been there, done that. I know many of you out there may have had the same unfortunate experience. So prioritize your safety, draw boundaries, basically try to stay away from that person. If they turn on you, they're probably not going to be dealing with you anyway, but just make sure that you're safe and that there's boundaries there, and that you really can't. I'm going to talk about trust again. You really can't trust a person who's just turned on you and done terrible things. So you've got to be safe, because they may come and attack you in so many different ways, be it your reputation or even come for you physically. So these are people, when people turn on you and they flip the script like that, you have to be very cautious around them and protect yourself and draw those boundaries, and also protect your reputation as well. So those are the things I wanted to share with you about what to do when people turn on you. I hope that it's been helpful. Take care, God bless, and I will see you in the next video.